Okay, folks. Now, just going to say, might be spoilers for those that have not seen Picard. And for some of you that have never seen Star Trek, I hope you decide to watch Star Trek. I've been a fan for so many years. And this 3-season chapter, so basically it's going to be a lump sum. So for me, it was a fantastic journey. It was a good conclusion to Star Trek Next Generation. The whole come and sum for those who are Star Trek fans, like I'm a Star Trek fan and a Star Wars fan, but for those that grew up on Star Trek Next Generation, that are Trekkies, as they would call it, this was a good final conclusion to that series of Star Trek, I'll have to say. I enjoyed it the most, only because I got to see Patrick Stewart, what's his name who plays William Riker, what's his name who plays Worf, Jordan LaForge, Data, Dr. Crusher. It's just one of those. It was just one of those ones that it hits home. It's really good. It incorporated a vast amount of tidbits from Star Trek Next Generation, the TV show that was going on for years. What did I say, Brett? Late 90s? Late 80s, early 90s, and I forgot how long it spanned until they did a couple movies. I want to say 3 movies in total, but this was like a perfect 3-season, 10 episode each, just to kind of close off that story arc, to open up more in the story arc of the Star Trek world. There's a vast amount. There's, in a sense, alright, we'll say like this Quadrant A, which is one timeline, and say Quadrant B, another timeline. This is where you amass for those that know Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, even back to James C. Kirk of not the original Star Trek in a sense, story-wise, but the ship that James C. Kirk took over, NC-1701 of the normal ship that was there. This one just did a very good closing act for Star Trek Next Generation. They introduced a lot of people that were in a little bit of Voyager, a little bit of Deep Space Nine. I think maybe one character from Deep Space Nine, but I definitely know it touched on Voyager. So, a couple characters from Voyager were there. So, I will say for 3 seasons, very good. For me as a fan. So, for others, that's up to you to decide. For me, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Star Trek Next Generation had a lot of good... Like all Star Trek, if you ever watched from William Shatner and all the way through, there's always weird, fun little journeys they have that sidetrack the main story that just kind of gives a little, quirk to it. But I would say Patrick Stewart's always my favorite, just because of all the characters he's played over the years, not just in Star Trek, but Professor X and stuff. But the cast have always been, for me growing up, because Jordan LaForge, Reading Rainbow, I've grown up knowing him, so it's it was always good just to have these actors and actresses, characters that I know growing up. It was a good, like, good. It was good. It was good. It was really good. So I would say, please watch. It's a good journey. Introduction of new characters that they can expand on, which will bring out forth more stuff for Star Trek. I think that world is fascinating. It's like Star Wars. It's a very vast and fascinating world, and there's a lot of characters that those who are fans would love to see come out or come up with new story arcs. So overall, Picard was my favorite. 1 out of 10 on the normal scale. For me, I'm going to give it an 8.5. And for the 1 through 5 for the Dark Domain, 4.5. But like I said, there's a lot of spoilers, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of stuff from other shows of Star Trek for those who are fans. So those will be spoilers for you. It brings back a lot of fanfare characters. I recommend, if you're a Star Trek fan, definitely watch. If you want to know the universe, just kind of have something to watch, I definitely recommend. So this is for Picard Season 3, after the season finale. Beautiful, well done, story-wise, storytelling, and bringing back characters that are fan favorites for many. 8.5, 4.5. So enjoy. Please like and follow, share, post comments. Before I go, be ready for Sunday. I got something coming that you guys will enjoy. So have a good night and be safe.